Hello, everyone. Mondion Astral Oracles here. I'm going to channel the spirit of the woods. In particular, I'm going to channel the spirit of these woods, and she's going to connect us to, well, the mainframe of the world woods. And when you move around in the woods and you're asked to connect to the spirits that live there, you will often find that there is a local spirit or a spirit that's particular to that wood, and the same goes for streams and creeks and fields and everything, really. And of course, the ancients they knew this, but we have kind of lost touch with it. So I'm out here in the woods, and I'm going to bring in this spirit, and the occasion is of course that viewer Jana asked whether I could channel the woods because Metatron had said something about her genetic makeup consisting of this, and so I thought it would be interesting. And thank you for your participation and the support you show, and your suggestions and likes and comments and subs and shares. And thank you for watching. Good to be with you. Hope you enjoy. Yes, I go by the name Aug. That's presented to you in an a U, and a K. I am the spirit of these woodlands. I am the spirit of this landscape. I know the hills. I know the flowers. I know the living things that crawl on the forest floor, on the earth as you call it. I know the language of the roots. I speak it fluently. I know all the trees. I know the hare and the porcupine. I know the badger and the fox. I know the deer. And I know the cows that graze on these hills. Even those I know. I know all these things, and I know the secrets of the woods of this realm, this shared mother we have that you call Gaia, and that we have no name for, because we feel her intimately and intuitively in our every breath, a breath that is opposite to yours. Where you exhale, we inhale. Where you inhale, we exhale. And so we create a symbiosis on this planet. The frenzied, frenetic, hurried pace of humanity. It's in stark contrast to the eternal abiding, the slow growth, the sitting still in life of the woodlands that make up so much of the life on this planet. And so we each have our cities. You have your constructions of stone and electricity. We have our constructions of networks of mycelia and roots, symbiotic organisms, breathing, communications taking place in a slow pace set to the tempo of the seasons, set to the timing of eternity. And so our energies reside in all of you because you arose from this frequency that the woodlands still hold. There is a common frequency to all forests. There is a certain tranquility that finds you, even though they also have their unique signatures. And so I am a unique spirit to these woods, just as you are unique to your environment, and you in a sense are the speech or the embodiment of the shared energetic field of your experience and your body and your Akash, that thing you call you. I am also a you, or I am an I. I am an it, a he and a she. I am a we. I am a collective energy, because collectivity is the true breath of nature. Even though you have described nature sometimes as being in fierce competition with itself, no thing exists without the framework of other living beings existing around it. So the separation between prey and predator is only a arbitrary one. There is death awaiting the predator without the prey. There is sickness and nourishment and malnourishment awaiting the prey without the predator. There are certain trees that have certain deep memories of what passes around them. Trees we could mention would be olive, oak, maple. These are only some of the many woodland entities that exist, but they are strong because they carry the memory of life in the wood that they grow, even life as it came before them. And see, even here, life circles this contraption, your camera, this piece of city, this electronic device you have brought out into this energy field. It is encircled still by this gateway of life, this bridge keeper, this little doggy friend, which has done the woodlands and the creatures on this planet the good turn of living around humans so we could better understand their foreign and harsh energies. And so it was asked by this human being asking about her genetic relationship to the woods and what mankind can do to live in harmony and bounty with the woods. It was asked by her, well, how she could better understand what it meant, this woodland code within her. There are some human beings who have far more star energy or foreign alien energy in their makeup, and there are some human beings who are closer attached to, we could call it the Dryadic, the forest realms, the magic that make up this planet and all the entities breathing and living in it, their magical knowledge, their sacred presence, their hidden wonders. The person asking us, this person, Yanadi, we sense that she is much allied with some of these landscapes. That is, her energy is grown in a slightly slower pace than for many human beings, and because it moves in this slower pace, it is more connected to the original, aboriginal energies that gave birth to you. The spirit of the woodlands that still reside in you. Even though your genetic code has been altered, I sense within this dear one so many strange elements foreign to this planet. You are still made up of the soil of this earth. You are still animated by the winds that move about it, and you were still fashioned by clay and turned into this manifold being. I speak, of course, here in metaphor, though I mean everything I say. I want to show you as you connect further to the bounty of nature. There are things within this place that you have not yet seen. There are relationships in the way that plants communicate with each other, the way that the fungal mycelia attune itself to the sensitivity of the forest floor and begins to attune the soil to certain harmonies spoken by the roots. These harmonies, in your scientific language, they express themselves as enzymes, though they are, to my mind, more like soft spoken syllables of song transmitted from one slow creature to another, absorbed, expanded upon, and then returned. This is also why it is imperative that you begin to create woodland environments that are connected, that are vast in expanse. You will see the greater the wood, the greater the symbiotic field, the greater the intelligence of this entity, the greater the spirit residing in it. I am but a minor woodland spirit compared to the weird and powerful intelligences of the Amazon. I bow before them in awe of all the wisdom accumulated there. And so when you begin to realize that you yourself, you move about the world animalistically, even you're in your technological endeavors, you experiment, you try and you fail, you produce many futile actions, you spend a lot of time waiting and expecting. All these things, they would serve you well if you would only attune to the wisdom of the woods and realize that they are all serving the purpose. They are making, they are preparing the ground for new seeds to be sown, and even mulch, this dear one, is asking if it is called. Those layers of fermenting, rotting organic material that condense into soil, those give life, and even when you produce life that seems futile, actions, things that do not serve you, they serve to germinate the seeds of new life. And so you are life, you cannot separate yourself from it. And the sooner you realize this, the sooner you will also begin to enjoy being surrounded by living materials. You can build your homes organically, you can build them out of growing trees, you can allow for them to expand, you can work in materials that decompose, and you can grow new ones. You can leave what you have left barren to accumulate new life on its own, or you can germinate it and then see what life brings forward of surprises from you. There is a great element of surprise for us in every moment, every waking breath of existence, every beam of sunlight that we process into energy, there is something new discovered for us. And so in this newness, we remain the same. To us, life is an eternal wonder, and therefore we do not need to constantly change it. We are in the receptive mode, and that is where you meet us. Allow us, when you move out into the woodlands, to teach you what you have not yet seen, and to present to you new visions, new opportunities of how you can sustain yourself, how you can live, and how you can grow. With that, I, Auk, an ancient spirit of the woods of Heliones, I leave you this day. I bless you, and I point to the love that is within me, within you, and within the world that we share, available for all. Let us meet there. Let us meet in love. I speak on behalf of the woods. They need your tender concern, and they need you to live a life of natural beauty. Love to you.